Well, folks, as expected, Iran rejected the 15-point plan that the U.S. actually presented to them, and now they came back with their own, I guess, proposal, 5-point proposal, which we have to cover quickly in this video. And believe it or not, the stock market doesn't give a crap. You would think, oh, the market would sell off on this news, but no, we are up across the board still. Dow's up 0.8%, same with the S&P. The Russell's up 1.3%, and the Qs are up 0.9%. So, man, what a day. And are you guys even surprised that that proposal got rejected, that, Iran came up with their own proposal? You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. And I guess it is a little surprising the market didn't drop on that news. But then again, it is slipping a little bit. In the morning, we hit 660, 661. Now we're at 657 on SPY, and the Qs are trading, let's see here, guys, at about 588 this morning. In the pre-market, we were pushing 592. So let's cover what's going on with Iran, their 5-point proposal, whatever you want to call it, and we'll break down what I'm doing in this market, a stock I just added to today, and we'll break down a bunch of other stocks. So guys, hit the like button, consider subscribing, and joining my Patreon for my portfolio updates and my private Discord. All that is linked down below, pinned in the comments as well, or just go to stasurfs.com/Patreon. And now, cheers, this is my second coffee of the day. Cheers, might need a third, and let's dive into it now. So the VIX is down 6% on this on the day today. Again, all the indices are up, and oil is selling off. We have Brent down about 3%. This actually got to 97 a barrel last night. Now it's at 101, 102 a barrel, still down about 3%. And we have WTI down 2.3%, and this got to about 86 a barrel when we got that 15-point proposal, the ceasefire announcement last night. It got down to about 87 a barrel. Now it's back over 90. So oil is creeping back up as we got now Iran's 5-point proposal, but it's still down, overall on the day. Again, WTI down 2.3 and Brent down about 2.8%. And we have a lot of stocks moving, man, a lot of stocks moving, which we'll get into some of those here in a second. But first, let me share with you guys here what is going on. And, who's this guy right here, this tweet? Who's this guy? Oh, that's my Twitter, guys. Stas Talks Stocks, or my X. Make sure to go follow me on there. I think there's a link down below. Go check it out. So we can see it says here clearly, Iran has officially rejected the U.S.'s peace proposal. Iran lays out 5 specific conditions under which Iran would agree to end the war via Press TV. These include, number 1, a complete halt to aggression and assassinations by the enemy, which in this case, you guys know who the enemy is to Iran. And 2, the establishment of concrete mechanisms to ensure that the war is not reimposed on the Islamic Republic. Number 3, guaranteed and clearly defined payment of war damages and reparations. Number 4, the conclusion of the war across all fronts and for all resistance groups involved throughout the region. And number 5, international recognition and guarantees. This is where I think the U.S. won't agree. I mean, it's going to be more back and forth, guys. But number 5 says international recognition and guarantees regarding Iran's sovereign right to exercise authority over the Strait of Hormuz, which that's the problem here, for the United States. That's not going to happen. We all know the U.S. wants to get control and, gain access, really, or gain control over the strait. And the fact that, Iran, number 5 here of their 5-point proposal is the guaranteed, sovereign right to exercise authority over the strait. I don't know about that. I don't know if the U.S. is going to go for that. I doubt it, quite frankly. I'm sure we'll hear more from President Trump regarding this week. I think on, when was that, Saturday or Sunday, he said Iran's got 5 days, or was that Monday? I'm forgetting what day. All these days are blending in, guys. I'm barely sleeping these days, reading the news all day, studying what's going on. I have a newborn as well. Things are hectic. Things are hectic, but I know for sure he gave Iran 5 days before he's going to, go after the power plants or the nuclear plants again. And I'm sure he's going to have something to say about the Strait based on this 5-point proposal. And what we've realized, or what we've learned, and we all kind of knew this for the most part, but President Trump is unpredictable. We don't know, what's going on behind closed doors, what is legit, what's a bluff, what's a negotiation tactic. There's a lot of reading between the lines here, and us retail investors, even institutional investors, we don't know what Trump's saying or thinking or what he's going to do next or what tweet he's going to fire off next. This makes it so hard to trade this market, and it just makes it much more difficult. If you're a buy and hold investor, you have it easy. You're fine. You're chilling. But if you're an active trader, if you're trading in and out of these markets, if you're trying to hop in, into these stocks, right? Man, it's been a tough ride these last couple of weeks, which is why, I haven't really made any crazy trades. I'm still selling options, creating income there. I'm still adding stocks, but these are longer term trades, right? Longer term investments. I'm not really doing any short term, swing trades right now. I've done a little day trading here and there, but even day trading is really risky now. So for me, it's like, approach with caution, cut the noise, focus on the fundamentals of what you're buying. And, once we get to the light at the end of the tunnel, once oil comes down, right, a lot of these stocks are going to rebound. Not all stocks, but if you're cutting the noise, focusing on the fundamentals, looking at stocks that aren't really affected by this war, you're going to be okay once we get through this. Which we will get through this, guys. It's going to happen. It's inevitable, but it feels like we're never going to get through it when we're actually in it. You know what I mean? So for me, guys, I added more Micron today, which honestly should not be a surprise, considering I was talking about it, that I was going to add a lot more in the 300s, So I did exactly that today. I bought some at $380 a share. I kind of wish I nailed the bottom, at 371, but we can't nail the bottom all the time. That's not realistic. But I did add some here. I'm pretty sure it was right around here, 380. It went down to 374 after, whatever. Again, we can't nail the bottom, and now it's pushing over 382, and I bought an initial position at about 403, I think earlier this week, so I added my second batch of Micron today, and I'm not going to lie, I don't think it's going to go much lower. I mean, do I see a world where Micron takes out this 360 mark, 350? I mean, it could, but I don't think it will. So I'm even considering adding another batch here, but I'm going to wait till tomorrow, probably later this week, just in case, again, we get something out of left field from the president or from Iran, Trump, right? I'm going to wait just in case we do get more downside here in this name. If it does somehow get the 360, that's my next buy spot. And I just don't see it going under 360. But if it somehow does momentarily, I'll be buying more Micron there. The point is, man, they're trading at 4, 5, 6 times forward earnings. It keeps getting lower. That number keeps getting lower as the stock's getting hit every day. And it's just a ridiculous deal here. If you believe the estimates from the analysts, it's a no-brainer. I think this will go back to $500. Even if it goes to 450, 475, I'm still going to make a good amount of money on this trade. And I think conservatively, 450 is a no-brainer. Even if it goes to 425, guys, I'm still going to make a good amount of money here, but I'm holding on tight. I think 500's in the cards. So Micron, I bought more today, and that's really all I did. That's the only stock I added more to today. There are some other ones that I'm eyeing up, but there's no rush. I mean, there's no rush in this market to, get positions built out, in my opinion. I'm being very patient, letting things fall in my lap, keeping an eye on the headlines, on the news, of course, as always in this environment, and just being patient. That's the best thing we can do. And I was even considering, if Micron, let's say Micron does fall through 350, let's say it does, I'm thinking about it, I might sell out of one of my losers, really my only loser, big loser this year. It's DeFi Technologies, ticker DEFT. I might just secure that loss, honestly, if Micron gets low enough. I might just do it. I'm down 60% on DeFi. Yes, I think it could still recover over the next year. I think it could recover, especially as crypto gets out of this crypto winter, but I don't know when that's going to be. I don't know when crypto is going to get out of this crypto winter. And, at this point, I'm losing patience with DeFi Technologies, their management team. I'm just losing patience. We had a drop of 20% out of nowhere on Friday. It's recovered, a good amount of that loss. But when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm not... I think it could still recover. The fundamentals are still decent on this company, but it's like, what's going on here? It's artificially shorted. There's a lot of crap going on with the stock. It's being manipulated, in my humble opinion. So it's like, am I just going to hope this turns around and goes back to $1, $1.50, $2? Am I going to just hope that's going to happen and hold on to it for the rest of the year and have it be a drag in my portfolio? Or should I just cut the loss here? This is what's going through my head, right? I'm speaking it out loud. Should I cut the loss here and then just go into Micron with that money? And Micron's obviously a way better company than DeFi, and I think Micron again is going to $500. So that's the dilemma in my head right now. It's going to be I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I think ultimately, like I said, DeFi will rebound once we get out of this crypto winter. But when will that be? By then, by the time DeFi rebounds, I think Micron's going to be at $500, maybe more. So in my head, I'm like, should I take the loss on DeFi here? Get out of it, forget it, cut it out of my life, stop paying attention to it, and then add to a winner like Micron? Part of me wants to do that. I'm not going to lie. So I'll keep you updated as always, guys. Make sure to subscribe. And if you want to see what I'm doing in my actual portfolio real time, you guys will see when I make all these moves, when I buy Micron, when I sell DeFi, when I add to this, add to that. If you want to see how I manage my money, build a portfolio, actually sell options to create income within the portfolio. I'm not buying many options. That's a risky strategy, but we talk about how to sell options, which is much safer. We talk all about that, about all that in Patreon, right? In the Discord. Link down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stasurfs.com/Patreon. And I guess with that being said, I'll see you guys in there. Interesting day. And that's what I'm looking to do. So let me know your thoughts. Join the Patreon. I'll see you guys in there. Have a great rest of your day.